Welcome back to Showcase Pittsburgh on KDKA-TV. I'm John Cline. Today, we have a bunch of businesses stopping by. Dr. Nathan Lockery from Aspen Dental, Cookie Harris from New Image Hair Clinic, but right now, Richard Rosenthal, managing partner at Edgar Snyder and Associates. Welcome to Showcase Pittsburgh, Rich.
Thank you.
Give us a little background. We all know who Edgar Snyder is, but give us a little background on how long the law firm has been there and a little history on Edgar Snyder and Associates.
Edgar started the law firm in 1982. Started it with Cindy Donnell and himself and one secretary. In 1991, I was the 5th attorney. We now have, doing personal injury, we now have 24 attorneys doing personal injury and 34 attorneys doing personal injury, workers' comp, and Social Security.
40,000 injury victims you have represented so far.
That's correct.
Can you tell us what type of cases you handle? Because somebody might be thinking of something that isn't what you do, or vice versa. What kind of things do you do?
Well, we represent people on personal injury cases. It's anything from a motor vehicle accident involving 2 cars to a tractor-trailer accident where a vehicle has been hit by a tractor-trailer, to 1-car accidents where unfortunately the environment or the roadway may be an issue. We also represent people on slip and fall cases in our personal injury practice and just general liability. Sometimes something happens in a construction zone where somebody is very seriously injured and there's negligence that was the cause of that injury, and therefore we get involved in construction zone cases, industrial accidents, and we have a workers' compensation unit that helps people who were injured on the job and are not getting benefits, or their benefits are in some way delayed. And we also have a Social Security unit that represents people who are disabled and seeking benefits, but for whatever reason have not been able to get them.
So there are lots of different layers and a lot of specialties where it's not just somebody gets injured in a car accident and you think, I need to call Edgar.
Exactly. Unfortunately, the fender bender where somebody hits you from the rear and your neck hurts for a few minutes and then you think, my goodness, I was injured. That kind of accident, unfortunately, is not the kind where people really get compensated well because they're really not seriously injured. Right. Most of our practice is representing very seriously injured people who have been injured and unfortunately need compensation to put their life back together.
Is this something where you mentioned something like a fender bender and somebody's mind is thinking, what do I do? Is that something where they should call?
Absolutely.
Should they wait a while? What would you advise on something like that?
When somebody gets injured, sometimes we don't feel our symptoms until the second day, meaning the first day you're kind of achy, and the second day you wake up and pain's running down your arm from your neck, and all of a sudden you've got a radicular problem, you've got a herniated disc, and you need surgery. So clearly, if you have an accident and you want to find out your rights, we have a 24-hour day hotline that will take your calls. We have attorneys who will speak to you and intake professionals who will speak to you and make a decision to help you. This is a no-cost fee, no-cost service of our firm, and clearly perishable evidence can disappear if early on you don't realize what has happened to you.
So, Rich, you would recommend make the phone call. It's not going to call you anything, and who knows what you might need down the road. Absolutely.
Clearly, we can explain to you your rights and whether or not you've had a property damage incident, whether unfortunately you have some bruises or you've had a very serious injury. We're happy to discuss your rights with you.
We've all seen the commercials for years with Edgar Snyder and Associates. What makes Edgar Snyder and Associates different from other law firms?
It's probably our experience. We have Edgar, who has 40 years experience. Myself and another partner have over 30 years of experience handling only personal injury actions. Another partner in the workers' compensation unit, in fact 2 of them have over 25 years experience. We try the cases, we handle the cases. Interestingly enough now, we teach the courses in many instances to other attorneys, just like many other attorneys do.
So you've experienced pretty much everything somebody in the firm has experienced something, and those years of experience can relate and help.
Our focus is on personal injury,
right,
workers' compensation, and Social Security. We don't handle wills, we don't handle divorces, therefore we primarily focus into the areas where people who have been seriously injured need help.
When Edgar turns to the camera and points and he says, there's never a fee unless we get money for you, what does that mean? How does that work? Because everybody's first thought is a lawyer is going to be expensive.
There is no hourly bill that you get from our firm. We get paid only when you get paid. So therefore, you want representation, you come to us. We do it on a contingent fee, and you don't pay a fee unless we get money for you.
So there's nothing out of pocket up front. Nobody needs to worry about that.
Absolutely, nothing out of pocket.
And we've also seen the TV campaigns, the Don't Drink and Drive message. Obviously, you're involved heavily in the greater Pittsburgh community, too.
That is just one of the campaigns we're involved in. It's obviously a very, very worthy campaign, and clearly you don't want to be in a situation where, unfortunately, somebody is injured under those circumstances. So we go to schools relative to that issue, and we have programs that we take to the high schools to make people aware of the consequences.
If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call Richard. More info about Edgar Snyder and Associates 24/7. 1-800-94-EDGAR or log on to edgarsnyder.com. If you'd like to be on our show, call us at 412-575-2400 or email at showcase@kdka.com. Coming up next, we'll talk to Dr. Nathan Lockery, back again from Aspen Dental. That's on the way when Showcase Pittsburgh continues on KDKA TV.